either. I have a. It's actually my co-host's nephew.
Yeah, I was. You took my whole question. I was about to ask Coach.
Go ahead.
How do you? I was about to ask Coach, and I'm gonna respectfully, you're a coach. I'm gonna call you Coach.
Right, respectfully. I appreciate
that.
No.
So as a coach, when you're coaching these kids, because I train kids too, and I train my nephew,
right.
I train other kids. Now my nephew is the kid that's kind of like the crash out, where if referees get into his head, I try to tell him referees stop getting in the head. Referees get into his head. He's having a great game. Referees get called a bad foul or 2 bad fouls. Now he's getting extra aggressive with another player when that player is, sneak being aggressive with him. Right. How do you tell these players that are overly that let other players get in their head start being aggressive? How can you tell them to keep their heads into the game and don't lose track of what's going on?
That's something that you have to continually probably do, and hopefully the kid is coachable, where he starts buying in and things like that. That's one thing the kids can start buying in. Things that you're telling him, those things are working, because a kid like that might be talented and has all the ability in the world, but he like you say, he's a crash out, or he's always having an attitude. That stuff can catch up with him as far as teams will start not want to deal with him as he gets older, like as he gets to the college level. For example, like remember your guy,
right? Go ahead.
What's your guy name?
Dior.
Yeah, Dior. Talented kid, man. And remember, like dudes from your hood was kind of like tight at me,
trying to get at you. Yeah,
right. Yeah, they was tight. Like, yo, but listen, you know what I'm saying? Like I meant to show you this a couple weeks ago. They had a post on him. He's been to 14 schools since high school. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But back to the initial question, is
on the grass.
Kids like that, you got to continue just to work with. Hopefully, he's coachable. Now, if he's a kid that's not, he ain't trying to hear nothing. Like, Coach, I ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. That's something that you might have to maybe shit. Well, we're not gonna play you then.
Yeah, no, he's definitely coachable. He's definitely coachable.
So if he's coachable, then that's something that you just got to continue to probably work on, and is hopefully as he gets older and mature, that he finally continues to buy on, not on a once in a blue status, like an everyday status on basis kind of thing, But at that age, some kids just don't know how to handle losing, he's not getting enough touches that he feels he should be getting touches. The kids just don't. Some kids don't know how to handle that type of thing. So that's when the coaching come in. You know what I mean? You got to sell them. This is a team game. Yeah, we probably know that you can get 30,
but
it is the best thing for the team.
Right.
That kind of thing. So you got to sell team aspect at times, things like that. But the good thing is he's coachable. So if he's coachable, eventually, that stuff is going to eventually die down.
Oh, go ahead, Biz. Go ahead.
Well, I have one more question, which it could probably wait till after yours, because mine was a more.
Go ahead.
So, Coach, nowadays we lost the game of the big man. Okay, right. Are we ever, in your eyes, is there ever going to be a kid that's going to be able to go back to traditional big man, back to the basket, and be able to still give us 3 points, or are we never going to see that traditional back to the basket big man size up Tim Duncan type?
I think it hasn't completely gone. The game has changed. You still see it with Jokic and some other bigs. Jokic, he plays on the elbow for the most part, and then a lot of pick and roll. But he'll go to the block. Now, majority wise, you might not see it as much. You might see bigs mainly playing pick and roll, catching it on the perimeter, like how Carl Anthony Towns played. Yeah. You see him in the Eastern Conference Finals. A lot of he was being aggressive at times, but a lot of his stuff was going to the basket, catching it on the perimeter and driving. Instead of he should have been in the paint, getting it on the block and going to work. You're not going to see how it was in the 90s probably. Dumb days is probably over, but I don't think it's completely done though.
Okay. One more. Let me sneak one more in there. Yeah. And let me sneak one more question in there, Coach. If we had that back to the basket big man, do you think he'd be more dominant being that it's a game of all big men are outside the paint nowadays, do you think a big man that can create more fouls in the low post with a midi jump shot, hook shot, or just Shaq dominating, do you think they will be more dominant than the centers we have nowadays?
Oh, for sure. I mean, Jokic shows it can be done on an every night basis. Because Jokic don't know. He shoot threes and stuff, but he gets in the paint. He
Yeah.
play with his back to the basket. So he shows that it still can be done. You know what I mean? I just think that the way that the game is taught now is a lot different than I was
That's
taught.
that's where I'm getting at right there. Because we see the Joker bring it, but the way the game's taught, outside of just the coming up, like how I said, coaches nowadays, now say like now, actually, when I train my nephew, he's 6'5". I train him in the low post. I train him to be a low post big guy to grab rebounds, offensive rebounds, work from your back, work from the inside out. You know what I mean? If you can get double teamed, you open up for your shooters. So I try to tell him to be dominant down low, and you open up for your shooters. Don't be something that you're not. Because I'm not, I can't teach you how to shoot the 3-pointer. I can show you how you form and everything, but I can't teach you how to shoot the 3-point fluently. But what I can do is have you show you how to be a beast inside the 3-point line.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to make him be an inside out guy. So he gets so stuck up on the shooting the threes. So I wanted to get the opinion of a coach that's seen numerous players.
If that's all you see, like you see it on the pro level, you see it on the college level, you see it on a high school level, you see a lot of the bigs. That's all they doing. You know what I mean? That's what you're gonna want to do. You know, and so that's just the trend. Of today's basketball. I think it'll change maybe a little bit, but shit, mid-range shots is considered bad now.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are not even considered good shots no more.
That's crazy.
It's either getting to the rack or you shooting threes. A mid-range shot, you could be wide open, you take it, and you knock it down. But if you step back a little bit, that would have been a better shot to someone. Like you look at transition basketball when guys will just run straight to the basket. Guys is popping out to the 3-point line. Even the bigs. That's what Carl Anthony Towns does.
Yeah.
He's running corner. Instead of running to the post, he's running corner. You know what I mean? That's just the NBA basketball today.
That's definitely the NBA. I feel like it's not like that on the youth level and the high school level, and college is a little different too. But that's definitely the NBA. It's
See, because the bigs, bigs at that middle school and early high school, those guys are still kind of becoming coordinated, and do 6'8", or 6'6", or whatever the case may be. He's still growing into his body.
Fact.
So he's not as coordinated as yet, and the ones that are, they special.
Right, definitely. So like as far as for the parents, like what should parents consider before joining like a AAU or travel team? What should they really look for